What up, fellas? Now, I'm here to talk about different gender, different lives. Now, you call me sexist, whatever, don't really care. But men, women, live different lives. Some advice you probably can take to a certain extent. Like I said it lightly. To a certain extent, you probably take advice from women, but in the end, majority of your knowledge and all that is going to come from men. Now, here's the thing. You ever heard of don't ask the fisherman? You don't ask the fish, you ask the fisherman? That's not only for dating, guys. That's with life. And like, when I was younger, dealing with bullies, and I was, starting to date and all that, right? I went try to ask my mother, sister, for advice. Now, dealing with bullies, let me tell you something. The worst people you can take advice from when dealing with bullies is women. We live in this boss bitch era. Time I fight a man, this and that, the third, whatever. When you're dealing with bullies and all that, I should have been talking to my dad, my grandpa, because they're only a phone call away. I should have been talking to them. Because women, they're not fighting no man. Women, they don't have confrontation with men. In wars, what is it? It was men. Find other men overseas. And if I would have went to my grandpa and dad, long story short, it probably would have ended different. I got rejected so many times, I played a nice guy. I got my ass kicked. I will admit, yeah, I got my ass kicked. But I should have been long story short, I should have been listening to men. Now, another thing, guys. Women don't go through adversity like we do. Women have the what do you call it? Women have the privilege to run their mouth, disrespect people, and suffer no consequences. Because usually, like if a man were to mouth out to a man, what's going to happen? He's going to get punched in the face. Where the woman, she might get punched in the face, but 9 times out of 10, if the man has a little bit of restraint, he's not going to do that. And women would just out the blue put their hands on you. As a man, we know if we do that, we're going to be in some serious trouble. And that's why we grow. We grow into that stoic mindset. Avoid confrontation, not looking for fights, be stoic as possible. Like I said in my last video, we naturally need to have that mindset. Because women who get emotional don't have that mindset. They don't really suffer much consequences like we do. So we're trying to respect everybody we come across stuff for. Now, another example, wrestling coach. When I took on wrestling, like I said, call me sexist, it's whatever. If my wrestling coach was a woman, when I took boxing when I was younger, when I martial arts when I was younger, if my coaches were women, me personally, I wouldn't take them seriously. Because they didn't get, even they did have experience, they wouldn't wrestle no man. They wouldn't get in no ring fighting no man. So, how is your experience going to benefit me of any kind? Let's face it. Woman who boxed, woman who wrestled, woman who did martial arts or whatever, if she were to go toe to toe with a man, she's going to get seriously hurt. Let's face the fact, she's going to get seriously hurt. Whether the man coach, I don't care if he has like 2, 3, 4 years of experience. The man coach, you can relate to him because he possibly, like I said, he wrestled men, fought men, boxed men, and we can relate to that. Look, guys. Hold on for a second. Look at notes. Look, guys, men, we gotta get up and fight the world every day. Always go to somebody you can relate to. Uncle, dad, grandpa, a man with experience, especially those older men they know, a man with experience, somebody you can relate to. Because love your mom, love your sister, I love them both. But they use the tools they have. Certain things they just can't do. They just can't. Whether when I go to my dad or I went to my grandpa when he was alive, rest in peace, we can relate to that. We can use those tools they have in our lives because they were both hardworking men. But women by nature are very emotional, respond in emotional ways. Where men, when we get out there in the world, we have no choice but to be logical and rational. If you go into this word emotional, it's going to cause nothing but problems for us. So that's my take on it, guys. And the last one, guys, always be logical and rational. Emotional response results into dangerous consequences. Remember that, fellas. Be good, be safe out there. Hope you have a good journey through your life. Peace.